Welcome to Talk on Throttle. Today we're doing a track day at Redstar Raceway on a BMW 1200GS. It's the only one here. Before we could get the day underway, we needed to pay 700 Rand for a half track day and 900 Rand for a full track day over the weekends. Once you got that sorted, you've got a quick rider briefing at 9:15, just before the day starts, for the do's and the don'ts in the training center. A little bit of wisdom on a poster, and then it was time for the A group riders to go out. And so the time has come for the C-Class riders to head onto the track, with that new track nerves ever present. This was not my first time on Redstar's track, however it was the first time that I'm on it with a bike. And also my previous experience was in a VW Polo, and on that particular day the track layout was clockwise, whereas today it was anti-clockwise, which really made it feel like I've never been on this track before. This is a full lap of session 1 for the day. Wider, wider, wider. Up this corner. Lean into the next one. A bit far into the corner. Ja. Choma, ek het 2-3 keer het ek my voete geskeer. Ja. Hier is anders as Swartkop nou. Helemaal 'n ander game.
After a little bit of bike scouting, it was time for the A group riders to go out for their second session. You could clearly see everyone's confidence building and getting faster and faster.
Here we go, second session out. See if we can get a little bit more comfortable. We've done a few laps. So our best lap was a 2:57. See if we can better that. into the pits. That felt, or immediately it felt better, just because you know a little bit more about the track. You're starting to look further into the corners, and even while you're in the first corner already focusing on the second corner. So this track has 13 different corners compared to Swartkop's 6 or 7. It is a lot more twisty, a lot more winding. It takes a little bit more focus, but overall it's very fun. I do think this is a lot more challenging than Swartkop. Swartkop, you'll be at higher speeds for longer, I think, especially at the back straight. With this, you need to be on top of your cornering and your braking. You don't have just, let's say, 4 heavy or 3 heavy braking points on the circuit. You've got to manage everything the whole time.
If you're not riding, you've got a bunch of different viewpoints just to check out the action. Then Redstar isn't a bad place just to hang out. You'll see a lot of different bikes. They've got the cantina, which is decently priced. They've got a small little shop that sells merchandise. They've got driving simulators, a bar for the non-riders, as well as the riders after they've finished riding. They've got a bunch of amenities for the kids. There's a swimming pool, play area, and they also have a bunch of accommodation options, from campsites to luxury units. This is probably the best viewpoint in the whole of Redstar. From this point, just behind the skid pad, you can see about 90% of the track, so you can follow along each and every corner.
Alright, third and last possible session. We're only doing a half day. So again, best time being 2:44. Significant improvement from the first one. So let's see what we can do. Alright, so you need to look deep into the corners, or through the corners, not deep into it, through the corner.
So that's it, guys. We did 3 sessions of the track day today. The surface of the track is in extremely good condition. There's no bumps, it's extremely smooth. There's a lot of runoff area everywhere. We're not close to any barriers. So I must say, I am a big believer of honing your skills on a motorcycle on a track, because here there's no cars, there's no walls, and if you take that corner a little bit too wide, you're most probably going to be okay. But yeah, as for Redstar Raceway, half day over the weekend, track day is 700 Rand. For the full day, it's 900 Rand. So I don't feel it's too bad. I do feel the lap times, it's not a short circuit, so you're looking at, if you're on a super bike and know what you're doing, you're around 2 minutes. And if you're on, let's say, adventure bike, you're probably looking at anything from 2.5 to 3 minutes. The sessions are either between 15 or 20 minutes long, depending on the classes they have for the day. Today there was an ABC and then a short circuit class for guys on 150s and so on. Very enjoyable day. And all the amenities at Redstar is very nice, and you won't be disappointed. As for my riding, first session, first time out here, it was all of the corners took some getting used to. I've done Swartkop 3 times, and there's only 6 corners where there's 13 corners here. So, and you're in one corner into the next one the whole time. So that took a session about to get your head around and to know where you need to be looking at out of each corner. And after that, it got really enjoyable, I must say. And yeah, session 2, I had my best lap of the day. Session 3, I was off by a few milliseconds. However, session 3 ended up being a little bit more stop-start. The additional riders came in that were a little bit slower. So in the C class, you're not allowed to pass anyone in a corner, and here's a lot of corners. So you've got basically 2 or 3 overtaking opportunities. So I'll contribute it down to that, because otherwise I did feel that the confidence was building. And that's the point of these track days, is to build your confidence on a bike, to know how much you can push it into a corner, how late you can brake before you need to start freaking out. And the realization I've had at every track day is you need to freak out a lot later than you think. You are still in control. And that's why I'm a big advocate for getting people at track days on their bikes, to know what their bike can do in that situation, and then obviously go and enjoy the road and the mountain passes and all that type of things that we do socially on motorcycles and tour and that type of things. And the skills you learn really makes its way to your road riding. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. And if you like this content, please subscribe. We're almost watch hours we actually passed where we needed to be, so we need that extra 500 subscribers to keep pushing out content like this. So yeah, thank you so much. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
If you like this type of content, please head over to our channel. Please go and subscribe, like this video, comment on this video. Let's engage and see how we can grow this channel together.